What's up, degenerates? It's me again, your best friend. So, yeah, as you can see, this is, something that shouldn't exist. I went to work this morning, as one does, and, my coworker was saying he was awaiting another Smash or Pass video. So, I figured, in honor of him, I would subject you all to this as well. So, yeah, this is a lot of Dark Souls bosses. I don't even know some of these because I am, cultured and don't like Dark Souls 2. AKA, I've just never played it because I get to Hyde's Tower of Flame and get bored. But, anyways, instead of prolonging this intro longer than it needs to be, like I've already done, I'm just gonna get right into it. Iron Golem, he's cold, okay? He's a shell. I've got to give him I got to pass on him because, like, I feel like we're less compatible than somebody else could be for him. I don't belong with him. It's sad to say, because he is quite the stunning man. He is, but I don't think we're right for each other. Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. I get the feeling that he would think that he's better because he's a lord, and thus he would use that against me and try to use it to manipulate and such. So, like, I've got to pass on Gwyn. Sif is a fucking dog. Like, just there's no excuse there. There's nothing to find appealing. There's just no. That's what I'm getting at. No. If you want to smash Great Grey Wolf Sif, I might consider finding therapy. Frankly, you might need it. Gravelord Nito. I feel like the sex would be Nito though, so I'm gonna smash. The first smash is a fucking pile of skeletons engulfed in darkness, or something. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the lore of Dark Souls all that well. I'm more of a casual enjoyer, aka I modded Dark Souls 3 to be able to be played by somebody who doesn't want to master the combat. Or even learn the combat! Moving on! Gaping Dragon. My guys. Guys, if you've seen the Gaping Dragon, it's right there. It's right there. You know what I'm talking about. The Four Kings. I'm gonna pass. I think 4 people would be just too much. I think a 5-way would be a little bit too crowded. And I'm just gonna... I'm not Britney Spears, you know... Oh shit, that was 3. She was singing about wanting a 3-way, not a 5-way. Never mind. Disregard that reference. The Demon Fire Sage. Look, I am all for being proud of yourself and, being happy in your own body and all. But for me personally, the Demon Fire Sage is just a little bit... There's a little too much cushion for the pushing for me. Like, I'm sure the Demon Fire Sage is quite great once you get to know him, but not my type. However, Dark Sun Gwendolyn is the fucking femboy that awakened something in me. So, yeah, Gwyn, I'm fucking your son! And, Priscilla. Priscilla is, easy smash. Just two smashes in a row. Nothing could ruin this except Chaos Witch Quelaag. Sorry, there's a lot of spider there to get through. Kellogg? Quelaag? How the fuck do you pronounce it? I've heard it pronounced so many different ways in the past decade. Like, I can't figure out, guys. I don't know. But I'm going to refer to her as Quelaag. If that upsets you, good. You only have to hear it one more time because after this, I'm moving on from Quelaag. Tauros Demon. I feel like it's non-consensual smashing from him. He gives the smash, and either you accept it or you don't, and, like, he doesn't care. But you know what? I have a Minotaur in D&D, so I feel like I could get along with him on some level or another. I feel like we'd be able to come to an agreement. The Centipede Demon is just, like, gross, so no. Ceaseless Discharge is just gross, so no. Capra Demon, the thing with Capra Demon, he'd be a smash. Capra Demon, I feel like, might be a little bit fun to smash. Like, let's be real. He's got the Twinkie frame, but he comes with 2 dogs. That's a lie, but, like, it's something I can tell him to kind of explain why I'm not interested. Has nothing to do with the goat head or anything, or the murderous intent. Dragon Calamite. I have no interest in dragons, personally, so Calamite gets to go. But, to all who wish to smash Calamite, I can't stop you. The Bell Gargoyles. Oh, wait a second, I just realized I said I wasn't into smashing dragons and, the Gaping Dragon's up here, so I just contradicted myself. Fuck it, we ball. I ain't explaining anything. Bell Gargoyles. Pass. I do not like that fight, and I do not like their theme. Bed of Chaos. I would like to spawn some chaos in that bed. Fuck that boss just like it fucked me. Just like it fucked up that entire level. Asylum Demon, same issue as Demon Fire Sage, this time without the risk of, you know, it stinging when I piss in the future. What the fuck who is Vendrick? He's got a beard, so I'm gonna go with pass, cause, like, I don't want, I'm not into beardos, you know? Like, for people who are, that's fucking awesome. I'm glad you like them, but, like, nah, I don't know who Valstad is either, so I'm gonna go pass. The Twin Dragon Riders I do know, and they're a pass too, because I don't really feel like getting ganked in the Ugly Bastard front. This is not gonna be Ugly Bastard tags, you know? Stray Demon, far more confident, kind of like the thick goth mommy, but a little bit too thick for my liking. But, once again, no shame to people who do, in fact, like a little bit of cushion for the pushing. That's great, I love that for you. Throne Watcher and Defender, pass. Same reason with the Dragon Riders. I'd really rather not have Ugly Bastard and 3-way in the tags. The Rotten is pass because that name is just... It's kind of like Ceaseless Discharge. The name really throws me off. I don't even know if I've seen The Rotten. I know I've seen Ceaseless Discharge, and he's a big boy. The Last Giant. I'll put something else in... Oh, wait, where do you go? I'll put something else through him like that giant tree. You know what? Fuck it. I'm down for a little bit of... You know, the last day of my life being crushed by a giant. The Duke's Dear Freya, more like the Duke's Fear Freya, because, like I said, not into spiders. There's an awful lot of spider there. Smelter Demon is past too. I just don't like him. Like, I could think of multiple things to do with the hole in his face, but that doesn't forgive the rest of him. You know? If you've played the original Unpatched too, you definitely know one of the major problems he has. I would rather not get infinitely clipped into a wall for trying to get some ass. You know what I'm saying? Skeleton Lords, on the other hand, I have a bone to pick with them. It might be in my pants. Sir Alone? How the fuck do you pronounce that? Alone? He's gonna be staying alone because pass. If I can't pronounce your name, you're not getting any of this action. In reality, if I wasn't illiterate half the time, I could probably pronounce that, but, you know, I couldn't make a funny joke about him remaining alone. Sin the Slumbering Dragon. He's gonna be a pass. Other than the Gaping Dragon, because it was an obvious joke, I don't see dragons making it up there. Scorpioness, I've seen this boss, and I have to say, smash, only because she's not a spider. I have no problem with scorpions, it's just spiders. Also, she's a lot lower to the ground than Quelaag is, so, like, it wouldn't feel like a major height difference. It'd just be like 6 feet rather than 12 feet, you know? Ruin Sentinels, I smash. Have you seen their frames? Like, they got that pencil frame. Like, you have to be careful with them or you will break them in half frame. Seat the Scaleless, okay, I like the scholarly types, don't get me wrong. I don't like the mad scientist types. And Seath would probably use some fucked up squid magic on me, so he's going in pass. Unfortunately, the issue is, I feel like he's also got that incel thing going on. So he's going to see this as an assault from the entire human race, and think that all humans are exactly the same. Because, like, he's just probably got that incel thing. I mean, I'm pretty sure Crossbreed Priscilla was his consensual daughter with Guinevere. Royal Rat Vanguard, pass. Those are fucking rats. Same with Royal Rat Authority. That is a rat. Pursuer sounds like a crazy stalker that has been stalking me since the beginning of my journey to get some of this dick. And you know what? I think I'm gonna give in Smash. I'll give the Pursuer what he wants. Prowling Magus and Congregation. What the fuck kind of stupid name is that? You know what? You're passed just because you've got a dumb fucking name. The Old Iron King. Pass. For the same reason as Gwyn. I feel like he'd use his status against me. Also, when you come back on New Game Plus, doesn't he drop items that indicate that he's actually, like, Gwyn reincarnated or something? Old Dragon Slayer. Okay, you knew where this was going. Smash. Like, not only on the grounds that Ornstein is just, like, he's the cool guy, but, like, once again, I bring up the same thing I did with the Ruin Sentinels. And all that, like, he's got that Twinkie frame. What can I say? I have a type. And my type is not fucking Nishandra. Get out of here. Pass. The Baneful I'm not gonna try and pronounce that name. The Baneful Queen. Pass. I prefer my women to be in one piece. Lud and Zalin, the King's pets. Aren't those the leopards? Or saber-toothed cats? Whatever. Pass. Because, like, they're literal fucking animals. The Lost Sinner is also a pass. And not for the reasons you might think. I'm sorry, but, like, the Lost Sinner's hands are bound and it's chained to the wall, if I recall correctly. Sorry, that's a little bit too into bondage territory for me. That's, like... Once again, like I said about the Demon Fire Sage, Asylum Demon, and Stray Demon, like, if that's what you're into, I'm not gonna try and stop you, but that's not for me. Sanctuary Guardian is pass, because he's just, like, he's kind of just an animal. Looking Glass Knight is a pass as well, because I feel like he'd be too busy, he'd lean his shield up against the wall, and he'd be too busy looking at himself during the action, that, like, he's just, I feel like it's an issue of vanity, you know? Guardian Dragon, I don't even know this boss, so, like, I'm not gonna just jump into some I don't know you, but let's smash kind of deal. That's not, no, I'm good. Giant Lord, once again, same issue I have with Gwyn and the Iron King, like, I feel like he'd use his status against me. Fume Knight, okay, so I've been smashed several times by Dark Souls 3 players online with the Fume Knight Greatsword, or Ultra Greatsword, whatever it is. So, I'm just gonna put him in Smash because of the number of times I've already been smashed. Flexile Sentry is 2 people, isn't it? Or, like, 1 person with 2 upper bodies. Flexile Sentry is a smash. I'll see where this goes. Got a little bit of 3-way action going on, I see. Executioner's Chariot, no, pass. I don't actually know that boss, I just know the part from the Happy Souls video. Like, that is literally all I know of that boss. Alana Squidward Queen! Pass. I don't like royalty. In some cases. Royalty can be okay, but Dark Souls royalty tends to give me, like, a pretentious vibe. Dragon Rider, I pass. Well, actually, you know what? Smash on the single Dragon Rider. Everybody needs a friend, and you know what? I feel like it might almost be like a Smo kind of thing, where under the armor might actually be just somebody who's jacked to carry that armor. If not, I guess I'm getting Smugly Bastard in my whatever the fuck you would call this. Demon of Song, I'm pass. I don't like the frog. I'm not gonna put chemicals in the frog that turn it gay. Dark Lurker sounds like a fucking character I would have made in middle school. Pass, bro. I don't need more of my middle school life in my life. Pinwheel is pass only because there's a child in there. Like, if it was just the mother and father, you know what? I would cuck the father in Pinwheel. I would cuck the husband in an ideal Pinwheel where there's only the husband and the wife. One day, seriously, I'm gonna have to answer for the things I say one of these days. Covetous Demon, same issue with Fire Sage and Asylum Demon, is just not for me. Yes, the Gank Spank in Dark Souls 2 where they bring back a bunch of armor from Dark Souls 1 for whatever reason. Pass. I'm not getting into that because I would have to figure out the lore first. Burnt Ivory King is also a pass. I really don't want any of that. Belfry Gargoyles. We're just doing we're doing a pass speed round here. Yep, Ancient Dragon can go. Aldio's got a stupid voice, so that motherfucker I ain't touching. Wait, there's multiple The King's Pet? Wow, Dark Souls 2 really was lacking in creativity, wasn't it? Like, sorry, Dark Souls 2 fans. One of you that exists on the planet, but like, wow. Vort of the Boreal Valley. No, I'm not. Finally, we're getting to bosses that I know, though, because I know Dark Souls 1 and 3 bosses pretty well. And I also know that the Half-Light Spear of the Church typically ends up being another player, ideally. So, is there some kind of smash, pass, middle ground? Because it really depends on who's playing. You know what? Pass just to be safe. Because, like, you don't know who's on the other end. And, like, I am not going to end up in a bad situation. I'm not going to have Skeeter Jean show up at my front door. I'm not, that's not what I... Soul of Cinder, also going to be a pass. I do not like that boss. I fucking hate that boss, actually. Ornstein and Smo, smash. Partially because it's been a while since I had a smash. Also just because, like, it's Ornstein and Smo. Slave Knight Gale, smash. Like, yeah, he's an old man. He's a really old man, not really my type, but like, do you know how long he's been waiting in the drag heap? A long fucking time! So like, I feel like maybe instead of fighting, you could just get a little action going on, and he might be brought back to the sane side. Sister Freed. Smash. Fuck it. I mean, I feel like it'd be kind of weird for a little bit, but like, who knows, maybe it'd work. Maybe I'd get used to being fucking frozen. Pontiff Sullivan has a little bit too much of a temper for me, so pass. The old Demon King, didn't I already do? Oh, that's the old Iron King. Once again, royalty. Osiris the Consumed King, royalty. No, Nameless King. You know what? He's been away for quite the long time, so I think I'll give him a pass on the royalty thing, and I'll smash. You know what? Nameless King, smash. Fuck it. Lothric Younger Prince. I can't remember if Lothric's the one whose legs don't work or not. I'm pretty sure Lothric and Lorien are both white-haired twinks, though, so smash. Presuming Younger Prince does not mean, like, really young, now that I think about it. But I'm pretty sure it just refers to the fact that he's the younger of the two. So smash. Udex Gunder, pass. Yet another fight that I really do not like. High Lord Wolner, pass. Don't like him. Bad fight. F-tier boss. Curse Rotted Greatwood. Oh, look at that! Another F-tier boss from Dark Souls 3. Moonlight Butterfly, pass. I don't even know how you would smash that. Champion's Grave Tender and Wolf, pass. There's a wolf included. I'm not getting into that. Dragon Slayer armor, on the other hand, smash. Fuck it. I'll see what happens. Probably death, but Demon Prince, no. Just demon, that's all you had to say. Just gross. Wait a second, now that I think about it, there's probably a demon or 3 up here. Or 4 or 6, I don't know. Deacons of the Deep, I'm not getting gangbanged by fucking Deacons of the Deep. Dark Eater Madir, no. Dancer of the Boreal Valley, smash. Y'all already fucking know where this is going. Crystal Sage, pass. Walter White's not really my type. Champion Gunder, pass. Fucking optional boss, optional smash. Ancient Wyvern is a literal animal. Aldrich Devourer of the Gods, smash, because the top half is Dark Sun Gwendolyn, so like, just saying, Manus, Father of the Abyss. You know what? Smash. Just fuck it. Nothing comes of it, nothing comes of it. If something comes of it, something comes of it. I'll probably be dead either way, so Abyss Watchers, they're so fucking angsty. Smash. Just one at a time, like phase 2 of the fight. Preferably before they all go fucking crazy. And finally, Artorias. Smash. Preferably before he goes fucking crazy. Wait a second, where is Lorien? No, because there's only Lothric. Where is Lorien? I'm gonna go with, yeah, Lothric is probably the one whose legs are busted, which means I can't make a joke about making his legs not work anymore. But alas, I might have the wrong character. This has been a waste of quite some time. See what happens? You know who you are, my co-workers. See what happens when you say stupid shit? Don't worry, we all say stupid shit. That's 90% of what comes out of my mouth. But it doesn't excuse your stupid shit. But, this has been hell, like some of them literally. That's about it. I should go. Probably.